Right, the new stuff's here. So we got a whole new tank that holds the controls and a new PTO switch that will actually operate because it's not melted together. Yeah, and then an actual key for it. So once this stuff's on the zero turn, we should be able to test the deck out and just see what happens. So we'll put the plow stuff on this, trying to sell it, just get it out of here. We'll move him out of the way and bring the other mower in. All right, fired right up in the cold. Super happy about that. And it looks like there's 4 bolts to hold the tank on. So figure out what size those are, pull this one off, and get this whole panel off and just unplug and replace its parts too. All right, new one's in place. This PTO switch has a lot more prongs than this one, so it's probably a generic that's used for multiple applications. But it does pull out, goes in and out. And there we go. Just noticed the filler neck's bigger on this one, so it should still fit the same, but it didn't come with a cap. So I'll have to double check that it wasn't supposed to have a cap, and the price says in the place I bought it from. I might have to order one up, but that's the least of our worries. Making sure the deck works is priority. Okay, we could hear it load the engine down, probably slipping that clutch like crazy because it wouldn't turn. But we could see these kind of make tension, so something in here is completely stopped up. We'll have to get the belt off again to look into it. We got 2 spots to bench and belts from, and then we'll just see what does and doesn't turn. Actually, all of them move a little. So maybe it's just the clutch not engaging properly because it's old and a piece of crap. Yeah, I mean, we just pull the belts and we look. If we can spin everything freely, we know it's a clutch problem. All right, get the belt off, and some of these corners felt like they're almost molded into the pulleys, right? So this one, yeah, turns a little bit, turns better the more I move it. There we go. That one's okay. Those spin just. Oh, this one's kind of crunchy, but that's okay. This one spins. This one touches. There's something in there we'll have to look at. So I think this deck's going to have to come off, or I'll have to lift it really high. I'll saving on this one. Jesus. Moves. Come on. These gummy, nasty bearings. Okay, there we go. So now it turns. That'll be okay for a little while, probably. Just frozen up a little bit. Gosh, I wonder if those are greased now. If they're greasable, we'll be able to do it from the top. Right, so like that grease, there's grease at this pivot, which is going to need attention because this isn't springing the thing in back where it was supposed to go. So yeah, I think we probably, it's going to be easier to take the whole deck off, kind of clean up the top, clean up any weird stuff, but more importantly, get it flipped over so we can look at what's touching in there. And this deck's going to be heavy, isn't it? Okie doke. So yeah, I got all 4 of the chains off. Now the moment of truth is if I'm actually able to lift the front of the mower. I got the thing's in freewheel, so I'm hoping I can just walk it, but it might be too heavy. Oh no, it's balanced great. So why don't you move? Here. brakes off. They're in bypass. Oh, there's a deck. Yeah. Oh, damn it. There's a giant swing arm for this deck. See? So right there's a big pin looking thing. It's got a bolt and a rod that goes through it. And then there's 2 bolts in the back. I'm guessing you want to pull it off in the front here. You don't want those things swinging around. So, oh, pain and agony. Ugh. Other side have it too. Yeah. Oh no. And those are the same as on the front of this mower. So they got a bolt that goes through them. So it's a big long pin with a plate on the back, and then a bolt goes through it. On these, they snap. I don't want to snap those. At least maybe we need to unchain the rear. Oops, good luck here. All right, yeah. Look how beat up that guard is. So we got. That's what it's hitting. But if this has those cages, Jesus, look at that. Somebody's really got nailed. Got some kind of rope wrapped around it. Did a little think overnight about it. And yeah, we're going to take the deck off. We just do it all now, do it right, it'll be fine. So it's already unbolted. We just need to lower it back down and get those 2 pins off of the back. All right, get all 3 blades off. I wonder what size they are. So it's supposed to be a 61-inch cut. I would guess they're probably 22 each. World's crappiest tape measure. Because they probably overlap a little bit. Let's find out. 20 and a half. It's probably actually a 21-inch blade because of the angle. Looks like it, kind of. It didn't say on the parts thing. Yeah. Probably a 21. So this will be round 2 of trying to just push the thing off of the deck so we can mess with the deck. But now that it's detached, it shouldn't really be an issue. Parking brakes off, and then freewheel. Oh yeah, it's easy. Oh, come on, Bill. Sticking on this stuff. Cool. I feel like this guy is all stuck, so at least want to remove that and clean it up. If we can get it to go back. Alright, yeah, I'll pull that spring, get this big C-clip off, slide that, and kind of clean things up. So far, the clip and the spring came off super easy. I don't imagine this will slide up easy though. Okay, tried to get a little bit of grease in there. And wasn't too happy about it, but I was able to get it. So it moves by hand now. The washer came off. So I think it's moving. Yeah. I just can't tell. I don't want to break anything, but it's not going to be worse off when I'm done with it. So I wired off the post and I wired out the bushing a bit, and you can see, whoopsie, bearing. All right, yeah, you can see that hole. That's where grease should go through and go over this brass. Probably have to pull the zerk fitting off and clean that out manually, but already we should be able to, yeah, it slides down there and it moves pretty well. Still fits pretty tight, so we'll, yes, it's real good. Come on off. It'll get that grease passage cleared so we can keep that grease and it won't seize up on us again. And it seems to work well enough to hold it up, but there's that beat up part that the blade was touching. Just got mangled. This front guard is two pieces, if I remember right, from the manual. And they bolt in, but nobody makes them anymore. So if I wanted to maintain it, I'd really want to get some sheet metal and kind of make my own or try to repair this one, and it's just not, I don't want to do that. It sounds pretty awful. So this section here looks good. It's not going to touch, not going to touch. Then this part, this is the flimsy part. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it. If I just want to hammer on it so it's out of the way, but then I risk, you know, hitting something and having it push into the blade again. Okay, I decided to veto cutting anything. A lot of the bolts to hold it in place are behind here, so I'd have to like basically cut all the bolts to get it apart anyway. So just beat the snot out of it with a hammer and put a blade in the middle and make sure, you know, hey, it's way away from everything anyway. So we'll leave it at that, order up some blades, and then put it back together.